여러분, 저희 트윙클 AP 어학원이 학생들의 발표 능력 향상을 위하여 제1회 스토리텔링 이벤트를 개최하게 되었습니다. 학부모 여러분의 많은 격려와 칭찬 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Dreadnoughts first storytelling event. And so over the past 4 weeks, students have been writing their own stories and preparing their presentations. And so one big element in leadership is public speaking. That's something that we try to teach many of the students at Twinkle. It's a very essential skill for the future. And so for today's presentations, we're going to have Ziin, Shine, Jiseong, Danielle, Iris, and Max. And so, Ziin, can you please come up?
My favorite book, Harry Potter. Hello, my name is Ziin. Today I'll talk about Harry Potter series. The book Harry Potter was written by J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling was born in a rural village in England in 1965. She was a cheerful and vigorous girl. She had an unhappy childhood. She had an unhappy marriage. After her divorce, she began writing about her childhood dream. That's Harry Potter. I really enjoyed reading Harry Potter, and I think it was my favorite series ever. As you guys know that the main characters are Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Main character Harry is curious, intelligent, and brave. He is the best wizard. Ron is honest, kind, and helpful to his friends. I like Hermione the most. She is smart, pretty, and extraordinary. My least favorite character is Professor Snape. He is awful, rude, and a horrible wizard. Also, I don't like Voldemort, as it is similar to Professor Snape. Harry had an unhappy childhood. Harry's mother and father was a fantastic wizard, but tragically died of Voldemort. So, Harry had to live with his uncle. His uncle was rude and the worst uncle one could have. On his 11th birthday, Hagrid came to Harry and said to follow him to Hogwarts. Hogwarts is a magic school. Harry learns a variety of magic and experiences an amazing adventure in Hogwarts. Harry won Quidditch and dragon fighting games, and Harry turned into a fantastic wizard. Later, Harry came to fight with Voldemort. Eventually, Voldemort died. My favorite spell is Expelliarmus. It is cool and very creative. My best part was when Harry won Quidditch. That part made my heart pound. Eventually, Harry won Quidditch. At that moment, I hailed his effort. Harry Potter books succeed not only books but also movies. Harry Potter books are special to me because it shows magical and fantastic world. I want to write a story like J.K. Rowling, and I wish my story will spread out just like Harry Potter. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ziin. That was a very great story about Harry Potter. And I can especially tell a lot of you guys are enjoying reading Harry Potter in nonfiction class. And so next up, we have Shine.
Hi, my name is Shine. Today, I'm going to talk about the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympic Games. The 2022 Winter Olympic Games are held in Beijing, China. It has been 4 years since the former Winter Olympics, which was held in Pyeongchang. Pyeongchang, Korea. I was 6 years old when the big event was held in my country. Since then, I've been highly interested in the Winter Olympic Games, especially skiing, skating, and curling. As soon as the Olympic Games started, I saw players skiing on TV. When they started, they jumped hard, making an arc shape with their bodies to propel themselves forward in order to get the fastest start as possible. The players were extremely exhausted after each run. Naturally, the skiers were tired after each run and needed to rest, since they went downhill as fast as possible without stopping. Next, I turned the channel to short track skating game. The skiers were superb at the short track skating event. Korean short track skaters have some of the best world records. Among many great skaters, my favorite is Hwang Dae-hyun. His performance was very strong and he won a gold medal in Beijing. I was so proud of him. While watching the game, I noticed that many players have received advantage cards unusually. In short track, someone gets a penalty card by accidentally hitting someone hard. Then, the skater who gets hit is given an advantage card. For example, during a race, the skaters could touch another skater's body or on their skates. In the case of a relay event, but if the skater trips onto another skater, the skater gets a penalty card, and the skater who gets offended receives an advantage card. Besides skiing and skating, curling always garners my interest. In Korea, there is a women's curling team named Team Kim, which was a silver medal winning team in the 2018 Winter Olympics. In Beijing, they couldn't go on the victory stand. Though they failed to take their chance to win, I believe they'll be the winners next time. Amazingly, all the players showed the world their best during every race. Their skills and muscles proved their utmost efforts. I admire the players of all countries and hope that one day I could be the person who puts as much effort into achieving my dream. I can't wait to see the next Olympics. Thank you for listening my story.
Thank you, Shine. That was a really great story, and I can see you did a lot of research when it came to your presentation. So you did a really, really good job. And so, next up we have Jiseong.
Hello, my name is Jiseong, and I'm going to tell you the story of a bag full of money. When Connor was walking down the street, he found a bag that had billions of dollars in it. He ran to the police station right after. In the police station, they stored the bag in the police car, but they were asinine, so if someone went there and took the bag quietly, they could take the bag. The police wouldn't know. It happened 3 days later. 2 seconds after the crime happened, one police officer said, "Who was here?" scratching his coat. 5 hours later, another person came and said, "I am the real owner of the bag. Have you seen it?" The police officer shook his head and said, "Someone already took it." The person said, "I am an alien, and the person who took the bag is an alien too. I know the person. He is a tyrannical king who is trying to attack our planet. But our king is asinine, so he does not know anything about it. The planet has
attacked our planet a millennium ago. Fortunately, we won then, but we have no chance to win now. Now he is getting more capable of revenge. Please help us. So, the war did happen, and the humans went to the planet to help what they lost. So Earth was destroyed, but Connor survived. Now they needed to get revenge for the planet. They now needed to find each other. Connor met two other people, a wizard and a doctor. If you are Connor, what would you do with a wizard and a doctor? If I was Connor, I would have told them to get all the people to life. Then I would call a scientist and tell them to make an atomic bomb. And when they make the atomic bomb, I will tell them to drop the atomic bomb on the planet. Why? Because the planet was so small, they could get easily hit and get destroyed, and humans can win the war. So they did. They dropped it, and they won. Thank you for listening to my story.
Thank you, Jiseong. That was a very fun and very creative story. I can tell you worked really hard on that. And so, next up, we have Danielle.
Hello everyone, my name is Danielle. I'm 10 years old and was born in May 22, 2013. And if I say one more thing about me, I would say that I'm quite dorky. I want people to look at me as beautiful, smart, cool, cute, perfect, and great. I pretend to be cool, great, and smart, but actually I'm not cool, great, and smart. I'm shy and lonely. I look at every other person thinking like, wow, she's cool, he's very smart. But if I look at myself, I become down. Every people except me seem to be perfect and great, but I'm shy and not great or perfect. When I was young, people used to be the same, and now they're not. When a friend comes to me and asks me if I want to be friends with her, I say sure, but actually I'm screaming inside my body. Sometimes my mind couldn't wait and shout, "Ugh, Danielle, why would you do that? You're so stupid. Why don't you copy everybody else?" Then I become mad and silent. That's how I usually think or react. I know it's not good only for myself, but yet when I was young, I thought it was true because even the new kid in school seems to have lots of friends, like 10 people, but I only have 3 friends in school. I think you would probably think that nobody cares about me if I'm thinking about this. But that's not true. That's a misunderstanding. I have some people who cares about me, like my mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, and my best friend, the Christie. But sometimes people like me would think that they think about me because they think I'm not good enough. Even though I think other people are great and I'm bad enough, I think I probably love myself. Why? Because if I really hated myself, I think I would have probably copied other people. But even if my mind said so, I didn't. And now I love myself and promise that I will never be bad to myself again. So guess to all of you, why don't you become two? It's not late. You can love yourself, and that's very good for you or other people, so you can respect them. You can think like, yes, I'm not perfect, but other people are perfect too. Thank you for listening to my story. Bye.
Thank you, Danielle. That's a really good story. And one very, very important moral in your story was it's okay to be yourselves, right? As Danielle was saying. And even though you're not like other people, it's more important to appreciate who you are and just be yourself. Be comfortable with yourself. That was a really great story, Danielle. So next up, we have Iris.
Hello, my name is Iris. Today I will tell my story in this class. If I were to write my favorite book, Dork Diaries, I would be a middle school student in the story. The story is like this. Sometimes I wonder if my mom is brain dead, and sometimes there are days when I definitely know she is, like today. The drama started this morning when I casually asked if she could buy me one of those cool new cell phones that do almost everything. I considered it a necessity of life, second only to maybe oxygen. Also, what better way to clinch a spot in the BCP, beautiful and popular, which is in my new private school, was Chester Country Day. I could dazzle with them with my new cell phone. Last year, it seemed like I was the only student in my school who didn't have one. So I bought an older used phone for a super cheap price on eBay. It was bigger than what I wanted, but I figured out I couldn't go wrong for a clearance price of only $12.99. I put my gigantic public pay phone and rumors spread throughout in school about my new phone and that everyone can call me. I counted down the minutes before my social life hitting up. I was so nervous when two of BCP girls was walking in my direction. They came to my locker and started acting super friendly. Then they invited me to sit with them at lunch, and I was like, okay. But deep down inside, I was jumping up and down and doing my Snoopy happy dance. Then things got really strange. They said they heard about my brand new iPhone and that everyone, meaning the rest of BCP crew, was dying to see it. I was about to explain I have my new phone, not a new iPhone, but I have no time to say that because unfortunately my phone started ringing very loudly. I did my best to ignore it, but two of BCP girls was staring at me like, well, aren't you going to answer it? But I don't want to answer it because I had a really bad feeling that they will be a little disappointed when they actually saw my new phone. So I just stood there praying it would stop ringing. And pretty soon, everyone in the hallway was staring at me. Finally, I gave in and snatched open the locker and answered it. mainly to stop that awful ringing. I was like, sorry, wrong number. And then two of PCP girls ran away screaming. I decided I will do not these things in my middle school. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Iris. Very creative and well-written story. And so, last but not least, we have Max. And Max, can you please come up?
Hi, my name is Max. There is a movie Star Wars that I enjoyed watching recently. The title of my story is The Jedi of the Star Wars. Star Wars is a famous movie made by George Lucas. Star Wars is about the galactic war between the Jedi rebels and the Empire under the control of the Dark Energy. The Jedi are powerful guardians of order and justice in the Star Wars galaxy who can use the supernatural power and who will bring the balance to known as the Force. My favorite Jedi Knights are Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Master Yoda. Qui-Gon Jinn encounter a young Anakin Skywalker whom he believes to be the prophesied chosen one who will bring the balance of the Force. Obi-Wan is a Jedi Master as a mentor to Luke Skywalker. After sacrificing himself in a duel against Darth Vader, Obi-Wan guides Luke through the Force in his fight against the Galactic Emperor. Master Yoda is a small green humanoid alien who is powerful with the Force and served as a Grandmaster of the Jedi Order. In Star Wars, it was impressive to see cars flying without wheels and aliens living on planets similar to Earth. It was very fantastic to be able to go to space without a rocket and move through the galaxy at the speed of light. In future, I want to make a spaceship that flies without wheels and a car that flies without wheels like a movie. Thank you for listening my story and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Max. Those very detailed accounts of Star Wars. And so that concludes today's storytelling event for the Dreadnoughts. I hope all of you guys had fun. Many of you did very, very well in your writing, but also in your presentation. So you all did a great job, and you should be proud of yourselves.